Well, here we are, 23rd of October. Let's have a look and see how the plot's going. As you can see, I've had a bit of a trim up here to make things ready for the spring. Flowers, a little pretty bit, they've nearly finished and they're looking a little bit sad now. Then come on round to our cold frame. I've sown or planted out some all year round lettuce in pots. That way I can take them home from the allotment whenever I want them. And in that pot I'll put a little bit of salad in the hope that it'd be mild enough to bring it on and have some green through the winter. Then we come on round to our temporary greenhouse. Let's have a quick look in there. The tomatoes have all been dug out because they had blight, and the few that is good I've put up there to ripen. Then I've sown some peas. Let's go inside. I've sowed some peas in trays, and one that I've put out there I'm going to put out, those I'm going to put out soon. We've still got a few peppers in there hanging on, and swizzle round. I've made some notes for next year to remind me, and I've been collecting seeds of all sorts from my flowers and all sorts of things there, so I'm trying sweetcorn as well. There you go, and peas. And that's the peas I've just put out. Let's go on round now to the greenhouse. Outside the greenhouse, flowers are still good, doing okay. I've got a couple of pots there with potatoes in that were self-sown ones. I just dug them and put them in pots, and I'll move them into the greenhouse. And that Cape gooseberry, look, it's still going. It's just mental. But I'm picking capes off them, so it's good. Then in the greenhouse, the aubergines, I mean eggplants. See, I've got nice eggplants on them, but they're not doing anything. They're just sitting there. Then I've got some tomatoes that are just hanging on still. Come on round gently, and peppers, they're just still going. The weather's been so mild and warm, everything is still going nicely. So I'm happy. Tomatoes have put on another spurt of growth. I don't think it's going to come to anything. In fact, the next couple of weeks I'll probably dig them out. But all the time it's producing tomatoes. That's the last of the tomatoes that are actually on the plant. I've got some flowers there, but they won't come to anything, I don't suppose. And the ones in the grow bags, exactly the same. So it looks like it'll be a good clear out in the next few weeks. But what I did do, which was just a bit of fun really, is that I let one carrot go to seed, and it scattered all its seed, and there they are, they're all growing. But it is October. I can't imagine that I'm going to get carrots off them. Okay, let's go and have a look round the plot. Alright, here we go, round the plot. There's the first raised bed that had the lettuce in. They're doing okay. I can't remember what was in there now. Oh, I had a couple of tomatoes there, didn't I, that were self-setters. They come out, they got blight, so they're in a bag. And then the carrots that I've got growing here in this raised bed, they're doing okay. Then we'll go over the back there and we'll have a look and see how things are going over the back. I'll just give you a quick squidge at the black currants and red currants. The red currant bush, the black currant bush, that's got little buds on, look. That's what happened last year. Still got black currants. So I've also thinned them out too quite a lot, and the red currant bush over there, that hasn't got little buds on, of course, but yeah, I've taken the middle out of that, and hopefully next year I may actually move all of this, but I'll try transplanting one of the roots of the red currant bush. I'll move that onto the allotment in another bed. I'll show you that later. Right, moving along to strawberries. Strawberry patch. It's got new strawberries growing. Remember, I cut it right back down to just the roots. They've all regrown. They all think it's spring. I've got a few strawberries coming. I've even eaten one. I've put some of them in plastic just to cover them. But I'm just using up next year's growth. So seriously, I might de-leaf all this lot fairly soon and start it all up again. we'll see. Right, and then coming through to our raised beds. This one is going to be shallots, I think, but it wants all labelling up now so that I don't forget. Oh, I've got one bucket of strawberries which will go in the greenhouse. I'm just assuming that we're going to have a hard winter. We deserve an hard winter after last year. Right, then let's come along to our raised beds all the way through here. We've got that lot that had the carrots in, that's the deep raised bed. I've put a cover there to keep some of them dry, just in case we have a lot of rain, and then I can always pull the drier ones. This bed that had the onions in last year, I've already put out a couple of broad beans. They were self-setting ones, they grew on their own. So I'll put them out, and I should be soaking some broad beans and sowing them in trays. Then this was our salad bed. That's doing alright, but it grew, the weather being so mild, it grew, well, too big. So I've trimmed everything off, and I've just left the salads through the middle. You know, the cut and come again through the middle there. The cress and the rocket and the spinach, it just got too big. Right, and then I've coming on round, oops, without making it too busy, I've put my garlics out already, and they're growing already. Look at this, they've only been out a fortnight, but there you go. That's the Isle of Wight garlic there, and this is curry something, I don't know. I bought them from the shop here. Yeah, Cassicon or something like that. Right then, this bed which has got me celery in, they're doing lovely. They're looking superb. And I'm going to take one of them home today. And then we got these carrots that we sowed fairly late, and I'll just put one there, look, just to show you how nice they've come. There we go. Look at that. So I'm well pleased with that. And they weren't sown until July, I believe. And then this bed, I had some tongue-in-cheek cauliflowers in here, so I had 2 cauliflowers, and the other one there looks like it's a bit sad. So whether it comes to anything, looks like the snails have been making hay with that one. And there's some very late sown beetroot in there. They're sort of tongue-in-cheek. But I should prepare all that for my shallots. But I've labelled things up to remind me where things are going to go. Because you soon forget. Let's move on. Next stop, grapevines. Grapevines, all the grapes have been picked. I've left a few, just a couple of little bunches here and there for the blackbird. He hasn't found these in here yet, but he's found the ones on the other plant. Right, then we come along, and then we got all the potatoes that were in the bath. They've all died back now, so I've just simply put an old door over the top so they can dry out. And then I've got my tub there for my strawberries for next year, and this is my asparagus bed. That's all been weeded, and I'll give it a top dress with compost. Then my mint, I've pulled all the mint out, saved a couple of roots, and I've redone the mint bed with some nice new compost and stuff. And strawberries in the path, once again they're beginning to put strawberries on, so I'm going to trim all this lot. That's my next job. And then this is my sprout bed. My sprouts, they're doing all right. They're thinking huge, look at them. And I think there's a cauliflower there. Oh yeah, there's a cauliflower, and that's not supposed to be here till next April. But there you go, doesn't matter. It just means I'm going to have a cauliflower there next April, but I've got one there now instead. As I haven't got cauliflower at home, that'll do. And then moving along to the spinach. Now this spinach ain't supposed to be as big as that, but they're blinking huge. I sowed another bed here, and I was going to transplant them out to give me new plants, because these started to go to seed, but now the weather's cooled off, they've stopped going to seed. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with that lot. Just keep eating it. I'll be as strong as Popeye. Got a few beans still there, French beans. They were sown quite late too. Snails are giving them a hard time. And the parsnips, they're blinking brilliant. I'm going to dig one of them in a minute. And I've got just the one swede there. We don't eat much swede nowadays. And the leeks, they are tremendous. They're going they're just brilliant. And some of them are 2 inches across, and I've eaten a few already, as you can see. I've left the hoops on there in case something attacked them, and then I can cover them. But no, everything seems to be fine. Then the rest of the plot is been, well, I've just pulled everything out basically, because it's got all well, it's the end. Last few tomatoes I've pulled out over there because they got the blight, and now it's all ready for me to start doing the digging. And I've just made a start on the winter digging, as you can see there. And there's me row of beetroot that I'll put in quite late, but they're coming on nicely. Oh, and we got one yellow courgette there that's still giving us courgettes. I've put a bit of plastic rain just to give it protection from the north wind, and it's still producing, so I should just leave it there, and it looks to me like I'm going to get another 3 courgettes off it anyway, so why not? So then, coming on round near the end, there's our scarecrow that's not working because the blackbird has discovered the grapes that I've left for him and her. They're there. He polished that bunch off this morning whilst I was here, right in front of the scarecrow. Hey, kiss. Then the other grapes, this is the Merlot. No, not Merlot, beg your pardon, that's the Cabernet. This is the end of October, and they are, I think they're just ready now. I've tasted some this morning and they are super sweet. I've got a feeling they're going to be 60, 70, maybe even 80 on the hydrometer, which will be give me about 10%. Then our pond is, I've done a repair on it. I'm just letting the rain fill it up in the hope it don't leak. Oh, then we had our tub of carrots. I don't think they're going to come to much more. I might lift that and put it into the greenhouse for the winter, just to store them. And then right over the back, which we don't often come over the back, but the potatoes in bins, most of them have now died back, so I've simply covered them to keep the rain at the bins, which means I can store them and I'll just have them as I want them. There's still a couple there. So there's the pot. It's looking a bit scruffy at the moment, but it is the end of October and it's harvest time really. I'll see you in November. It probably won't look much different to this in November, maybe a bit dug. Okay, bye.